Grand opening tonight. Free drinks till 10. Grand opening tonight. Free drinks till 10. Come. Club opening tonight. Sir, the flyer is free. You don't have to.
Who are you?
Jade Carter.
Jade Carter. Why are you here?
Because I need to eat?
Hey! That's my girl!
Seoul did not sleep. It breathed through neon signs, wet asphalt, exhaust fumes, and people running from something they could never name. Jade Carter stood at the corner of Gangnam's busiest nightlife strip, her fingers numb from the cold as she held a stack of neon pink flyers. Grand opening tonight. Free drinks till 10, she called out, voice hoarse but steady. Most people ignored her. Some smirked. A few men stared too long. She was used to it. Black, foreign, alone, poor. She adjusted the hood of her oversized jacket, the one she bought secondhand after her last paycheck bounced. Just 4 more hours, she told herself. Then rent is covered. A black convoy rolled into the street like a predator entering a feeding ground. 3 identical matte black sedans. Silent, expensive, untouchable. People moved out of the way instinctively. Jade didn't. She stepped forward, arm extended, flyer held high. Club opening tonight. The rear door of the middle car opened, and the city seemed to hold its breath. Kang Joon-seo stepped out. Tailored black suit. No tie. White shirt open at the collar like he didn't need rules to survive. His presence wasn't loud. It was absolute. Men bowed their heads without realizing it. Women stared and were dismissed without a glance. Joon-seo had ignored women his entire adult life. Models, actresses, politicians' daughters. They meant nothing until he looked up and saw her. Jade froze, not because he was handsome, though he was devastatingly so, but because his eyes didn't slide past her. They locked, dark, focused, dangerous. The flyer slipped from her fingers and fluttered to the ground. Joon-seo stared like someone had just punched him in the chest. "What?" he said quietly in Korean. "Is that?" His lieutenant leaned in. "Sir, that girl." Jade swallowed. She had learned to read men. Desire, disdain, hunger. This was none of those. This was recognition. He walked toward her. Each step felt measured, deliberate, like a countdown. She backed up instinctively. Sir, the flyer is free," she said in accented Korean. "You don't have to." "Who are you?" he asked. His voice was calm, dead calm. Her pulse went feral. "Jade," she replied. "Jade Carter." He repeated it under his breath, testing the sound. "Why are you here?" She frowned. "Because I need to eat." A flicker. Interest. Before he could speak again, a shout erupted behind her. "Hey, that's my girl." A drunk man lunged, grabbing Jade's wrist. She gasped. Joon-seo didn't raise his voice. He didn't change his expression. He just moved. The man hit the ground before Jade even understood what happened. A gunshot cracked the air. Screams followed. Blood stained the pavement. Jade stared in horror as Joon-seo stood between her and chaos, shielding her with his body. His men moved with terrifying precision. Within seconds, the threat was gone. Dead. Jade's hands shook. "What did you just do?" she whispered. Joon-seo turned to her. "For the first time in 20 years, he said, I reacted without thinking." Police sirens wailed in the distance. He pressed a business card into her trembling palm. "Disappear," he ordered softly. "Now." She looked at the card. Kang Group, CEO. Her eyes widened. "You're..." "Run," he repeated. She ran, and Kang Joon-seo stood in the rain, watching the woman who had just shattered his indifference vanish into the night. If this first encounter already has your heart racing, don't leave. Subscribe now, like this video, and comment what you think will happen next, because this love story is about to turn deadly. Kang Joon-seo did not believe in fate. He believed in control. That night, he lost it. Back inside his penthouse, the city glowing beneath floor-to-ceiling glass, he poured himself a drink he didn't touch. She's a nobody, his lieutenant Min-jae said carefully. A street promoter. Find her, Joon-seo replied. Min-jae hesitated. Sir, you've never asked us to look into a woman before. Joon-seo's jaw tightened. She looked at me, he said, like she wasn't afraid. That disturbed him more than the gunfire. He turned away from the window. I want everything. Where she sleeps. Who she knows. Who hurts her. And if she refuses contact? Joon-seo's eyes hardened. She won't. Across the city, Jade locked her apartment door, slid to the floor, and pressed her back against it. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. She stared at it, heart pounding. She didn't know yet. But the most dangerous man in Korea had just decided he wanted her. And he had never wanted anything this badly. Fire end of Batch 1, Cliffhanger CTA. Do you think Jade should run? Or face him? Comment your thoughts below, subscribe now, and turn on notifications. What happens when a Mafia CEO starts hunting, not to kill, but to love? Jade Carter did not sleep that night. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw blood on the pavement and calm eyes watching it spill. Morning came with no relief. Her phone buzzed again. Unknown number. She let it ring. Again and again. Finally, a message appeared. Kang Joon-seo. You ran fast last night. Good instinct. Her breath caught. She typed, deleted, typed again. Jade, please don't contact me again. The reply came instantly. Kang Joon-seo. You're already being watched. I'm the only reason you're still safe. Fear crawled up her spine. She stood, peered through the thin curtains of her studio apartment. Nothing. Just normal soul life. Which somehow made it worse. She grabbed her jacket and left anyway. She refused to be trapped. The cafe was small, cramped, and warm, her usual refuge. She sat near the window, nursing a cheap coffee. 10 minutes passed. Then the air shifted. People straightened unconsciously. A shadow fell across her table. She didn't look up. I told you not to contact me, she said. And I told you. Kang Joon-seo replied calmly. That wasn't a request. She raised her head. Up close, he was worse. Sharper. Colder. Controlled power wrapped in elegance. You can't just show up, she said. That's stalking. His lips twitched faintly. If I were stalking you, you wouldn't see me. She swallowed. What do you want? He sat across from her without asking. To make sure you're alive. She scoffed. I was fine before you. No, he corrected. You were vulnerable. Her eyes flashed. You don't know anything about me. I know you live alone. You work 3 jobs. You send money overseas. And you don't belong on streets where men die for breathing wrong. Her face drained of color. You had me investigated. Yes. That's insane. That's protection. She stood abruptly. I don't need protection. At that exact moment, the cafe door burst open. 3 men walked in. 2 alert. 2 focused. Joon-seo was already on his feet. Behind me, he ordered. What? A gun appeared. Screams shattered the room. Joon-seo grabbed Jade, pulling her down as bullets tore through glass and wood. His men flooded in from nowhere. Chaos erupted. Jade curled into herself, shaking. Through it all, Joon-seo shielded her body with his own. When it ended, 2 attackers lay dead. The third was dragged away, screaming. Silence fell. Jade stared at the blood pooling near her shoes. Her chest heaved. You said I was safe, she whispered. You are, Joon-seo replied. Because I'm here. She slapped him. The sound echoed. Every man froze. Joon-seo didn't move. Don't you ever, she said, voice breaking, decide my life for me again. For the first time, something cracked in his composure. I didn't choose this, he said quietly. You walked into it. If you feel the tension right now, don't stop. Like this video, subscribe, and comment. Should Jade trust him or run for her life? Joon-seo took her somewhere safe. Too safe. A penthouse overlooking the Han River, guarded like a fortress. This is kidnapping. Jade snapped as the elevator rose. This is survival, he countered. She stormed out when the doors opened, taking in the luxury she would never afford. I'm not your possession. He removed his jacket slowly. I don't own people. Then let me leave. He turned to her. Not tonight. Her voice shook. Why? Because if you walk out that door, you'll be dead. He didn't say it. Instead, because I can't lose you. She laughed bitterly. You don't even know me. I know enough. She folded her arms. Then tell me. Why me? He hesitated. A dangerous thing. I've ignored every woman who ever came near me, he said. They wanted my money, my name, my power, and I don't. You didn't know who I was, he replied. You handed me a flyer. Her chest tightened. That shouldn't matter. It does to me. Silence stretched. She softened, just a fraction. You scare me, she admitted. Good, he said. Fear keeps you alive. That's not what I meant. He stepped closer. Not touching. Never touching. Yet the space between them burned. I don't touch women, he said. Her breath hitched. Why? Because attachment makes men weak. And yet here you are. His jaw tightened. Yes. Outside, thunder rolled. Inside, something fragile formed. Then Jade said the words that changed everything. I won't be owned. Not by you. Not by anyone. Joon-seo met her gaze. Then don't be owned, he said. Stand beside me. Her heart pounded. You're dangerous. So are you, he replied. You just don't know it yet. For the first time, he reached out. Stopped inches from her face. Didn't touch. Restraint. It undid her. Should Jade accept protection? Or is she walking into a gilded cage? Subscribe now, like this video, and comment your thoughts. Next scene will reveal why Kang Joon-seo became a man incapable of love, and what happens when Jade challenges that darkness. The rain over Seoul fell soft that night, like the city was trying not to wake its demons. Jade stood barefoot on the heated marble floor of Kang Joon-seo's penthouse, staring out at the Han River. The city lights reflected in the glass, fractured, beautiful, and broken. You're not sleeping, Joon-seo said behind her. She didn't turn. Neither are you. He accepted that. He poured 2 glasses of whiskey, handed one to her without asking. She hesitated, then took it. Tell me something real, she said quietly. He studied her profile. About what? About why a man like you lives alone in a palace and looks like touching someone might kill him. The words landed harder than any slap. He didn't answer immediately. Then he said, sit. She did. Not because he commanded, but because something in his voice sounded tired. Joon-seo loosened his cufflinks, set them down carefully. Every movement was precise, ritualistic, control carved into flesh. I grew up in Busan, he began. My mother ran a seafood stall. My father ran men. Jade listened. When I was 16, a rival family wanted leverage. They didn't kidnap me. He paused. They kidnapped my mother. During a gala, full of politicians. Cameras everywhere. Jade's stomach tightened. They seated her at the center table, he continued calmly. Dressed her in silk. Served her food. Smiled. He looked at his hands. Then they asked my father to choose. Jade whispered, choose what? Power, he said. Or her. Silence swallowed the room. He chose power, Joon-seo finished. In public. So everyone would know. Jade's eyes burned. They let her eat dessert, he added. Then they threw her off the rooftop. In front of him. Her hand flew to her mouth. I watched the footage every day for 3 years, he said. To kill what was left of love in me. Jade stood, trembling, and crossed the room. She didn't hug him. She didn't touch him. She simply stood in front of him and said, that wasn't strength. That was cowardice. His jaw tightened. And you decided, she continued, to punish the world for one man's choice. He met her eyes. Yes. She nodded slowly. Then I'm a mistake. He stiffened. You're the opposite, he said. You're the first thing that's made me question everything I survived to become. Her chest rose sharply. Before she could respond, his phone vibrated. Minjae, he answered. Speak. Static. Breathing. Then a voice, not Minjae's. Good evening, CEO Kang. Joon-seo's body went cold. Who is this? You don't know me, the man said pleasantly. But I know her. Jade frowned. Who? Tell him, the voice said. A second voice came on the line. Soft. Female. Shaking. Jade. Her blood turned to ice. Where are you? She demanded. I was handing out flyers near Itaewon. The voice said, crying. A woman asked me to help with an event. She looked like a stylist. Then, the call cut. Joon-seo lowered the phone slowly. Jade stared at him. That was my roommate. His gaze sharpened into something lethal. They didn't take you, he said. They took your shadow. The message was clear. They were coming for her. This just crossed from romance into psychological warfare. Like this video, subscribe now, and comment. What do you think the enemy's real plan is? They didn't grab Jade off the street. They didn't drug her drink. They didn't drag her screaming into a van. That would have been crude. Predictable. Instead, they invited her. The next afternoon, Jade received an email from a luxury fashion house. Subject, Cultural Diversity Campaign, Immediate Casting. The offer was unreal. 10 million Korean won's appearance fee. One-day shoot. Hair, makeup, wardrobe included. She stared at the screen. It's fake, Joon-seo said immediately. They have my portfolio, Jade argued. Photos I never posted publicly. That means it's a trap. She folded her arms. Or it means you don't own my decisions. He exhaled sharply. You go nowhere without security. I'm not hiding in your tower forever. Their eyes clashed. Finally, he said, I'll let you go. She blinked. Just like that. No, he corrected. I'll be watching. The building was breathtaking. An old colonial-era hotel renovated into a private art residence. Glass ceilings. Living walls. Music floating like perfume. Models milled about. Stylists laughed. Cameras flashed. Everything looked real. Too real. Jade relaxed, just a little. A woman approached her. Tall. Pale. Immaculate. Jade Carter, she asked with a smile. I'm Yura, creative director. She led Jade through a corridor lined with mirrors. Your look is powerful, Yura said. Raw. Honest. Jade smiled nervously. Thank you. They entered a room flooded with white light. Just wait here, Yura said. We'll start soon. The door closed softly. The music stopped. The lights dimmed. Jade frowned. Then the glass walls turned opaque. Her phone lost signal. The floor vibrated gently. Not downward. Sideways. Her heart slammed. The entire room was moving. A hidden elevator. She ran to the door, locked. Not a prison. A gallery pod, descending smoothly beneath the building like a jewel into a vault. The room opened again, this time into a vast underground conservatory. Trees, water, sunlight simulated through holographic panels. It was beautiful and terrifying. Applause echoed. A man stepped forward. Not Kang Joon-seo. Older, smiling. Kang built this, the man said. A secret refuge for priceless things. Jade backed away. Who are you? Chairman Park, he replied. Kang's former mentor. Her stomach dropped. He took my throne. Park continued pleasantly. So I decided to take what he wants. You won't hurt me, Jade said, voice shaking. He'll burn the city down. Park laughed. No, he won't. He gestured. Screens lit up around them. Live footage. Kang Joon-seo in his penthouse. Surrounded. Gunfire. Smoke. Park leaned closer. You see, he whispered, this isn't a cage. It's insurance. Jade's knees weakened. Welcome, Park said gently, to the most beautiful prison in Seoul. Jade is trapped somewhere no one knows exists. Kang Joon-seo is under siege, and the enemy understands him better than anyone ever has. Subscribe now, like this video, and comment. Should Kang choose power again, or burn his empire for love? Next scene will be the bloodiest yet. The penthouse exploded into chaos. Glass shattered. Smoke filled the air. Gunfire echoed like thunder trapped indoors. Kang Joon-seo didn't flinch. He walked through it. West corridor secured, someone shouted. Sniper on the adjacent tower, down. Min Jae appeared beside him, blood streaking his temple. Sir, Chairman Park's men breached the lower levels. We're losing ground. Joon-seo adjusted his cufflinks calmly, as if preparing for a board meeting. Seal the building, he ordered. Cut power to everything except emergency lighting. And the police? Already paid. Min Jae hesitated. Sir? Jade. That name cracked the room open. Joon-seo stopped walking. She's alive, Min Jae said quickly. But Park took her into one of your old contingency structures. We can't trace it. Joon-seo turned slowly. My old designs, he murmured. Of course. He closed his eyes. Every hidden chamber, every underground sanctuary, every beautiful lie he built to protect assets, art, people. He had created the cage. Park wants a choice, Joon-seo said. Just like my father was given. Min Jae stiffened. Sir, he wants me to choose between my empire and her. Silence. Joon-seo picked up his phone. Dialed a number that had never been called. Activate Black Protocol, he said. Min Jae's face drained of color. Sir, that will end everything. Joon-seo finished. Including me. Across the city, accounts froze. Politicians panicked. Criminal networks collapsed. Within minutes, the Kang syndicate began eating itself alive. Joon-seo watched the data scroll across the holographic screens. 20 years of power. Gone. He smiled grimly. Now, he said, grabbing his coat, we go get her. If you've ever wondered what love costs a man like this, watch closely. Like, subscribe, and comment. This decision just changed everything. The underground conservatory glowed with artificial sunlight. Jade sat beside a koi pond, knees pulled to her chest. Chairman Park sat across from her, sipping tea. Beautiful, isn't it? He said. Kang built this for his most precious things. She glared. I'm not a thing. Park smiled gently. Neither was his mother. Her breath caught. You're cruel, Jade whispered. No, Park corrected. I'm honest. He leaned back. He'll come, Park said. But not as the man you think. The lights flickered. Park chuckled. Ah, there it is. The ground trembled. Explosions rippled through the tunnels. Screams echoed from distant corridors. Park stood, pleased. He chose you. Jade surged to her feet. Then let me go. Oh no, Park said softly. This is the final lesson. Gunfire erupted. Smoke poured in. Park's men fell one by one. And then, Kang Joon-seo stepped through the haze. Blood on his shirt. Fire in his eyes. No suit jacket. No armor. Just a man who had burned the world. Let her go, he said. Park laughed. You really did it. You destroyed yourself for her. Yes, Joon-seo replied. And I'd do it again. Park gestured. A platform rose from the floor. Jade gasped. Her roommate, bound, terrified, alive. Choose, Park said pleasantly. Her, or the girl who made you weak. Jade screamed. Don't. Joon-seo didn't hesitate. Take me, he said. Park blinked. What? Kill me? Joon-seo said calmly. Let them go. Jade sobbed. No. Park stared, then burst into laughter. Fascinating, he murmured. You really are different from your father. He raised his gun, and Jade moved. She grabbed a metal sculpture and smashed the control panel. The platform collapsed. Chaos exploded. Gunfire. Screams. Water spilling. Joon-seo ran to her, pulled her into his arms for the first time, held her like she was real, like she could be lost. They escaped through collapsing tunnels, explosions chasing them like demons. Outside, dawn broke. The city burned quietly behind them. Jade looked up at him, tears streaking her face. You gave up everything, she said. Yes, he replied. And for the first time, I feel rich. Sirens wailed. Police lights flooded the street. Min Jae shouted, Sir, we need to move. Joon-seo shook his head. No. Jade froze. What do you mean no? He cupped her face gently. I'm done running. Handcuffs snapped shut around his wrists. Jade screamed his name. He smiled softly. I told you, he said. I don't touch women. He leaned in, pressed his forehead to hers. But I love one. Kang Joon-seo has lost his empire. He surrendered his freedom. And Jade is standing alone in the ashes of his sacrifice. Subscribe now, like this video, and comment. Should Jade wait for him, or walk away forever? Next scene will decide everything. Prison stripped Kang Joon-seo of everything. No suits. No glass walls. No silence on command. Just concrete, steel, and time. The guards didn't bow here. The inmates didn't care who he used to be. They cared how he stood when shoved. And he stood tall. Word spread fast. The fallen king. The man who burned an empire for a woman. Some laughed. Some tested him. One night, 3 men cornered him in the showers. You think love makes you special? One sneered. Joon-seo wiped water from his face slowly. No, he said. It makes me finished with fear. The fight was brutal. When it ended, he walked back to his cell bleeding, but upright. In his bunk that night, he closed his eyes and thought of Jade. Jade Carter did not visit him. Not the first week. Not the second. Not the third. She watched the prison gates from across the street once, then walked away. She had learned something from Kang Joon-seo. Love without choice is a cage. She rebuilt her life quietly. No flyers. No handouts. She worked at a community arts center, teaching immigrant kids how to paint, how to exist loudly in a world that ignored them. Sometimes she caught herself smiling. Sometimes she cried in the shower. Every night, she thought of his eyes when he chose prison over power. Still, she stayed away. Until the letter came. Not from him. From Min-jae. He never asked me to contact you. But I think you should know. He refuses early release. Says he deserves the years. Jade sat on the edge of her bed, letter trembling in her hands. She whispered, "You idiot." And for the first time, she went to see him. The visiting room was cold. Plastic chairs. Scratched tables. 2 bright lights. When Kang Joon-seo walked in, Jade barely recognized him. Short hair. Prison uniform. Scars that hadn't been there before. But his eyes, still the same. They sat across from each other. Silence stretched. Finally, she said, "You look terrible." He smiled faintly. "You look alive." Her throat tightened. "You didn't have to do all that," she said. "You didn't have to destroy yourself." "I wasn't destroyed," he replied. "I was revealed." She exhaled sharply. "I don't know how to love a man who thinks punishment equals redemption." He met her gaze. "I don't expect forgiveness." "Good," she said. "Because I don't have it yet." Another pause. Then she slid a folded paper across the table. "What's this?" he asked. "A letter," she said. "From me. You can open it when I leave." He nodded. "Jade," he said quietly, "if you never come back, I will still choose you again." Her eyes burned. "That," she said, standing, "is why I'm here." She left before she broke. That night, Kang Joon-seo opened the letter. It read, "I am not waiting for you. I am living. If you come back into my life one day, it will be as a man who stands beside me, not above me, not beneath me. Until then, survive." He folded the letter carefully, and for the first time in his life, he waited without control. 3 years later, the gates opened. Kang Joon-seo stepped out with nothing but a small bag and a clean conscience. No empire waited. No cars. No men. Just Min-jae. And the sky. "You're free," Min-jae said. Joon-seo nodded. "I already was." He didn't look back. Jade was painting when he found her. An outdoor mural. Bright colors. Children laughing. Music playing softly. She turned and froze. For a moment, neither spoke. Then she wiped her hands on her jeans and said, "You're late." He smiled gently. "Traffic." She studied him. No suit. No armor. Just a man. "You still dangerous?" she asked. "Only to myself," he replied. She considered him for a long moment, then stepped aside. "Pick up a brush," she said. "If you're staying." He did. Clumsy. Awkward. The kids laughed at him. He laughed too. As the sun dipped low, Jade stepped closer. "Why are you here?" she asked quietly. "Not to take," he said. "To ask." She raised an eyebrow. "May I walk with you?" he said, without owning the road. Her eyes softened. "Yes," she said. "But if you ever try to cage me, I'll tear it down myself," he finished. She nodded. That night, they walked the city. No guards. No fear. Just 2 people choosing each other, slowly, deliberately, truthfully. Power did not save Kang Joon-seo. Fear did not define him. Love did not make him weak. It made him human. If this story moved you, even a little, do not scroll away. Backhand index pointing right. Subscribe now, so we can hit 1 million views in 2026. Thumbs up like this video if you believe love should cost something. Speech balloon comment below. Should their story continue? Or should this be the final chapter? Your voice decides what we create next.